Hey, 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 what's up, everybody? This is Kezia Nicole with Beards, Business, and Black Men. And for those of you that do not know what Beards, Business, and Black Men are, we celebrate melanated men with beards who have made the commitment to impact our youth through events, through mentorship, in raising money for different reasons. And so I am super excited about our guest today. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hello. So my name is Corey. I am a mental health professional, real estate agent. Kind of navigating through both of those realms right now, and just happy to be here with Kezia.
Awesome, awesome. Wow, that I think that it takes a bit of a stable mental health to go through this housing market right now. I tell you that.
Yeah, I'm glad I got both.
Absolutely. So let's get into it, right?
Yeah.
I love the fact that you are a mentor. Can you share with our audience and with me um, th- the two top things that are the most fulfilling about mentoring youth specific, and you can give me like young men versus young women or your experience with both.
Um. So the top two, I guess. So you're asking like top two results from, or
Yeah, or what's the most fulfilling about it?
fulfilling. Yeah. So to me, it's to see like that impact kind of manifest itself in real time. So for instance, if I have a student or a child that I'm mentoring, working with, and been trying to instill certain thoughts or behaviors or a mindset, you don't really know if that's going to translate to their outside world. So they can be somebody while they're with you, but
Mhm.
the result that you're looking for is for them to be this person elsewhere. And I think of a particular student in this example because this was somebody who was fighting almost every single day, cussing out teachers, cussing out students, just mad, just angry. And I don't think anybody really took the time to try to figure out why he was this way. Like, a lot of times you just see somebody acting out, it's just, oh, he's just bad.
Mhm.
So upon finally sitting down with him and talking with him and trying to understand like where he's coming from, like why he acts this way, I found out that he was actually kind of getting physically and verbally abused by his older brother. And for
Wow.
older brother in that case, you really can't defend yourself. So when he was coming into the school, he was
Taking
everything
it
that was built up inside him. Yeah, he was taking it out on everybody else. So
down.
um, and it was so easy because that's all he needed. He just needed to tell somebody that, and by uncovering that, like we were able to just talk with him, like, hey, well, yeah, you're right. I understand why these feelings, these feelings are kind of
Yeah, you're supposed to
manifested
be
in you.
mad.
Right, right. So, because I mean, and then he said that his mom really wasn't helping the situation either. Um,
I guess his older brother's trying to play daddy.
right, right, right. So, really, and that it was such a quick turnaround, Kezia. Like that one conversation with him, and just allowing him to vent and to tell him that, like, you know, yeah, like you are in a situation that you probably shouldn't be in. I understand where this hurt and this pain, this anger is coming from, but
Mhm.
to take it out right here, this isn't gonna end well for anybody. So what you need to do then is to learn how to control, how to direct this anger,
Mhm.
and we're going to get you to a point where you're being protected and supported inside your home as well. But you have resources, man. Come holler at me, come holler at anybody else you feel comfortable with.
Wow.
And from that point, like, he's been killing it, like smile on his face every day. None of those behaviors exist anymore. So um I guess to go back to the original question is just really seeing that impact being manifested in real time.
Absolutely. And I mean, there are so many things that you could be doing, right? Instead of like impacting the youth. A lot of men don't really have the time to mentor youth every single day. I mean, that
Right.
is phenomenal. And so you are certainly appreciated. So I heard you mention something about the home life, like the mom wasn't really helpful in the situation. And I know sometimes on a traditional level, the young men or the men of the house, and maybe that could have been the brother's
Mhm.
stance, the men of the house, um, until she finds somebody that she's interested in. Um, Can you share like advice to mothers specifically on maybe a few aspects of when they have young men, when they have to raise them in a single home environment, from like just maybe some basic things that they need to consider, and or um, if they decide to date?
Mm. Yeah, so I want to be empathetic to everybody because I am a man,
Right.
and it's not always easy for a man to give a woman advice because we have two entirely different,
Perspective.
experiences.
Mm.
So yeah, and perspective. So
But as a son, like coming from a son's perspective.
yeah, I would say to not allow, as a woman, don't allow your experiences that you've had to create a bias for, I guess, how you parent your child while they're dating. So for
Mm.
instance, like, you know, the whole all men are trash type, mantras and whatnot. Like,
Right,
don't,
like, say the dude she dating broke her heart, and she
yeah,
started going on a whole tangent.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't allow that. Don't allow, your hurt and your pain to kind of dictate the advice that you give to your child, and just really just allow an open space for communication. Like that's really the best thing. I know, getting a little candid, uh, when my parents divorced, I was in a position, I was 16 at the time.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
16. That's a
yeah,
confusing age. Ooh.
right. 'Cause that's when you start becoming more of a quote unquote man and whatnot, and like it's really a transient time in your life. So, so I went from having this household with my mom and my dad both there, where all the focus was on raising us. Me, my brother, and my sister. It was all on raising us and raising this family. And when she divorced, or my parents divorced, and she wanted to start dating as well. I mean, that was what she wanted in her life. So it's her focus kind of shifted. So that kind of impacted me because it was so sudden and it was so random. And now I'm having to learn a whole entirely new man in my house that I have no connection with. So um it was a little bit of trying to fight for attention and jockeying for position in the house, and it really just kind of jumbled a lot of things up with the relationship between my mother and I. And it took a while to recover from that, because you don't know, like, while it's happening as a 16-year-old boy, like you don't really know what these feelings and what these thoughts are. Like, you're just trying to navigate through, and then you get into adulthood and you kind of see some of those behaviors that came from, like, it's really some of that trauma that's
Mm.
still unhealed,
Mhm.
kind of manifesting in your life in adulthood.
Did
And
it impact you dating? Like your relationships with um like people that you dated?
uh it may have, but I don't know if that may be something I have to go back and kind of reflect
And
on.
sort. Mhm.
Yeah, because I can definitely see how it would, especially
Mhm.
if you're somebody who's just trying to get attention, like you're trying to regain that attention back. Like, the behaviors that you get into and the things that you get into, you're probably going to start wilding out. Like,
Yeah,
you know so
absolutely.
yeah,
Wow.
I don't know if I answered that well enough,
Yeah,
but
you did. And
okay.
so, let's stay on the topic of when you were 16, right?
Yeah.
So when you were in high school, what is like one thing that you learned in high school? So you were going through that transition.
Mhm.
Obviously, at some point you had to transition into adulthood, right? What's one thing that you learned in high school that prepared you for your adult life?
um Honestly, I would say the power of a routine, uh, because in high school, like, school came pretty easily to me, um, and so I would be a super procrastinator. I do things in the last moment
Mm-hmm.
almost every single time. Wouldn't study for things, just kind of go in there and just take the test and let the outcome be what it is. Um, but that procrastination also spilled into my adulthood to the point where it became a part of me, and it kind of prolonged progress and development and maturity, because if you're always trying to catch up, you're always going to be behind. So um I would say, yeah, just really focusing on, like, routines and the things
Who
that
taught?
you're
I mean, who taught you routine? Like,
honestly, I had to take a whole bunch of L's. Like it's once you take so many L's and you start trying to figure out where they're coming from and how you can get through them, like you just it's process of elimination and you
would,
start
would would it have been helpful if you would have had someone to guide you, like a mentor?
100%. One, I truly, truly wish I did have a mentor. And at that time too, I could still go and talk to my dad, but he's trying to refigure out his life too. Like I said, just going through a divorce, so all that attention really couldn't be on me. So I had to kind of, I don't want to say raise myself, but I had to learn some lessons on my own for sure.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, a mentor would have 100% been beneficial for me just to help
Awesome.
through that process.
Just so you know, sidebar, that's one of the things we're going to teach the youth at Ruffner is about routine. But
Oh,
you'll get a chance to see that.
right on, right on.
So let's get into it about this beard now.
Yes,
You
please.
have, did you
That's why
have
I
a
came.
beard? did, did you have a beard in high school? Like, how long have you had your beard?
Nah, I was baby faced in high school.
When did you start growing it?
So I don't think I really got any real facial hair until like maybe
Fatherhood?
yeah yeah probably. I was I think I had like a little stubble in high school, like senior
Uh,
year, but I think maybe junior year of college is when it started like to fill out a little bit. So I was a little patchy for a while, but definitely started growing in.
Now, did you work on it vigorously to, get out of the patchy stage? Or what's some of your routine?
It really kind of developed, but keeping my pores clean, like washing your
Mhm.
face and start slapping on. I was desperate at one point, just trying to fill it in. So I was throwing like tea tree and like just trying to research like what oils grow your hair and whatnot. So I
Yeah.
probably smelled crazy walking through the halls and whatnot, just a whole bunch of mixture of oils and stuff on my face. But yeah, yeah, especially tea tree because tea tree is a strong scent, and
Strong. You
you
were
know
supposed to mix that. You
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's supposed to be like a carrier oil, right? I think they call.
yes, coconut oil.
Right.
What's the other oils? Come
Yeah.
on.
Olive oil or something. Nah, just straight tea
See,
tree. Right
now,
up there.
now, if you had a lady, she would have did that. Okay. Speaking
Yeah.
of, how do the ladies like it? How to like? Do you see a difference in between like your response when you did have a beard versus when you didn't have a beard? You get more. You feel like you get more attention.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they say a beard is makeup for men. So, but I like to think I'm still all right without it because I can
It's your
pull
personality that
yeah
counts.
yeah I can pull off different looks, but my girlfriend likes it, so as long as
Yeah,
she likes it, I'm
she had
good. Yeah,
absolutely.
you do get some some definite attention with it for sure.
Absolutely. So I was gonna say that was my next question. So have like with my husband, I forbid him. He not allowed to cut it. Like if he cut it, I don't know. We getting a divorce.
Ooh, okay, so why is that? If I can interview the interviewer, why why would you leave him in his point of need?
Cause that's just too much. I don't think I would be able to handle that. Like that would be devastating. He did it one time too. I think I stopped talking to him. I
Oof.
was like,
So do
"Oh,
you
don't you dare come over here until your hair grow back. Can
so
I have some?
it,
Mm-mm.
it,
I'm not cooking today. I'm
nah,
feeling I'm
I,
feeling emotional."
I hear you. I definitely hear you because I don't know what place it would take me to if I didn't have a beard. Like I'd be trying to refigure out my whole entire life. But for
I
you,
mean,
is it
how did
is it
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, like, is it what is it about him not having a beard?
No, I just like him better with a beard. That's all. Like I just like to see him better with a beard. I feel like it has like a level of like wisdom, and I mean
Mm,
he's the same person, but like I feel like you a grown man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a grown man should have a beard.
yeah,
I mean,
and
not to say that men who can't grow a beard aren't grown men. I'm
right.
just saying it just looks more like mystique. I like the way he look when he has a beard.
Okay. I feel that. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I think I really started growing my beard because, and I know a lot of other black men can relate, but when you're shaving it constantly, just trying to be in corporate America,
It's
well, at the
stressful.
time, couple of years back, like that's, it was expected for you to not have a beard. Um,
Hmm.
but in shaving, and like I said, a lot of black men can relate. But you start getting bumps and whatnot, and all the hair bumps and irritation and things. So
Hmm.
I was having a conversation. I can't remember who it was with, or maybe I watched the video. I don't know. But and he was saying how black men weren't supposed to cut our beards. Like that's the reason. That's our skin's
Yeah.
reaction, our body's reaction to
Hmm.
that. Because I was putting like bump stopper on and all that, and I was like, it got to be a better way. And
Yeah.
I think after that,
Just
after
be natural.
right, right, yep.
Hmm.
So I started growing
Wow.
it.
I never thought about that, but that is a lot of maintenance, like the whole shaving thing, the cleanup of it. Now, do you go to barbershops to do that, like to keep maintenance of your beard, or do you maintenance yourself?
Yeah. So in between haircuts, I guess I'll kind of trim it up if I need to. But when I do go to the barbershop, I'll let him completely just give me
Keep
all the
them
way right.
nice.
Yeah,
Hmm.
messed it up. I don't. That's I'm not good at everything. So
It's like I know mental health and youth, but
right.
but this beard, yeah, I had to
Can't
go to
be.
the professionals.
Yeah, exactly.
Are there any products and stuff that you're using? Are you still
Uh,
using the same thing, like the carrier oil, the with the
yeah,
haircuts with the?
yeah. I kind of go back and forth. Right now, I'm using Sunny Isle
Mhm.
because and I'm really still trying to find what works best for my hair. Because I guess they call it 4C. I don't really know if that's
Mhm.
the accurate, but
No, that's actually that's racist, but
it's
oh,
racist.
correct. A white person created those.
Oh, can we get into that? Can you tell me more about that? Because I don't. That's the first time I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
so yeah. So a white person to describe hair texture for
Uh,
black people, kind of like skin tone. Like if they were, they kind of named everything like black versus African American. So they
mm,
gave our hair that description. So
got
there's coarse, there the proper terminology is coarse or loosely curl. You know what I mean?
you.
Like a tight curl, which are more accurate descriptions versus 4C.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I had no idea. I have
yeah.
never
Us in the conscious community, we don't refer to our hair as 4C or
got you.
anything that they describe it as.
I hear. I would never use the term again. So that being said, I have dry, kind of coarse hair naturally.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
so I kind of been on a journey trying to find out like what's the best mixture of product, oil
Right.
or gel or whatever it's gonna be to allow it to stay like soft and moisturized and
Well,
shiny.
that's the cool part about being part of Beards in Business. I mean, we have beard companies out the wazoo. There's like tons and tons of beard companies.
Please do.
And so you'll get a chance to learn more about that as you get more in depth.
Okay.
So so what city do you reside in? Do you represent?
So I don't know if I represent. I've recently moved to Portsmouth
Okay.
from Texas, so
Nice.
I'm residing in Portsmouth right now currently, but from Texas, rep Texas all the way.
Hey, you listen to Toby Wigway?
Oh, for sure, got to
Every day.
every
Let me
day.
get me through stressful moments.
Yeah,
I'm like, when we have our actual Virginia Beer Festival, I wonder if I can get him to come.
I mean, I'm sure he would. I'm sure he
Right,
will.
show us some love.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be good. That'd be good. So, the reason why I asked that is because I want to talk a little bit about policy. So, what if there was a law that said you can't wear beards? How would you feel about that, and what would you do about it?
I wouldn't if it was like for a job. I probably wouldn't attend. Like if it would have to be a job that's just gonna change my life completely. But if it's just a job just to have, I'll find another one because how are you gonna govern my hair? Because this is it's
I mean,
naturally
well,
growing.
they do that to us.
Yeah,
So,
I know, but I think they recently just signed the bill. I forgot
Crown
what
Act.
Crown
Yep,
Act. There you go.
Jackie Glass actually brought the Crown Act to Virginia.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Well, shout out to Jackie.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, so that's a win for sure. But it's kind of aggravating that it took this long just and we still have to even pass a bill for us to be and wear our natural hair. Like it's still ridiculous just saying it out loud.
Yeah.
So and all of these bills that we're trying to get passed for us is just for us to be ourselves. Like there
Yeah,
is
just to be normal.
straight hair act, there is no blonde hair act. So like why why do we have to go through all these steps?
All these hoops.
Right, just to be, like
Yeah.
what am I bringing to your company? Am I doing the job? Like my hair is not going to dictate how well I do my job. So,
Yep, 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 yep. So, is there any call to action or anything you would like to promote?
we I would promote the Virginia Beard Festival. Like, nah, yeah, just if I can promote myself, but definitely promote any men that want to, jump into mentorship. Um, I know, Keezy, I'm sure you will have like some links and whatnot where people can sign
Absolutely.
up.
Hmm.
But we're kind of few and far between. So, the men that are available, like I'm telling you, there's a need in
Yeah,
our youth, with our youth in our community for us. Like,
schools. Absolutely, absolutely.
absolutely. Um, our
Now,
son,
I would ask, what type of mental health training do you encourage Black men, specifically ones that have gone through trauma? What would you like to promote in regards to specific? And I'm gonna give you an example. So I took the ACEs. I did the ACEs training, and I got my certificate.
hey, right on.
First childhood
Right.
training, and I'm planning to do the first aid mental health. So that's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
what is your recommendation in regards to men who would like to get into mentoring and impacting the youth?
So, mm, I honestly would probably have to do more research
Okay.
to give you that answer, just because uh, through my career, like that's just kind of what I do naturally
Mhm.
into mentoring. But um, I mean, just really just reach out, like where you can find like any type of
Well,
community events or
I guess I meant within themselves to prepare them
oh oh oh
for, because there's a battle within
yes,
when
yeah,
you are working with the youth.
right.
So what can they do within themselves to prepare themselves to become a great mentor?
um Take the experiences that you have learned kind of growing up, the things that have kind of shaped you, and plug in what you wish you would have had for those to not occur, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So like I said, traumas, voids, things, lacks thereof, plug in who you would have been or who you would have liked to have had in those moments. And that's basically the easiest way to say who you can be and what you can provide to the youth. That's the way that I mentor. Like I just take experiences that I've been through, um, lessons that I've learned, and I try to, because in retrospect you can be that person, you can be just that perfect specimen. So
Hmm.
that's really how I navigate through.
Awesome. Well, I thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
Um,
having
you guys, don't forget to follow us on Beards, Business, and Black Man Podcast on Anchor. We're on Instagram at Virginia Beard Festival. So share, like, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you.